The number one limiting belief is luck.
Ooh. That's
that
not.
one on your
No,
list?
so bonus.
Okay,
You're going to get
bonus,
more heat on
bonus.
this
All right.
episode.
So the number
Luck.
one. So I went in on
So
tirade the
true.
other day
So
about
true.
this
I
on the
never thought of
Twitters
that.
because I posted something, and one of the things was it had something to do with luck.
Haters always say luck.
Oh my goodness, haters, public haters, and people who are disappointed with their own results
Haters.
always go to luck.
Luck.
Luck
got
is
lucky.
the number one. I got lucky.
You
You
got
got lucky. That's the number one limiting belief. And so I want to break you, if you're listening to this, don't use the luck excuse, right? Because if you're listening to this on your $1,000 iPhone, right, you are lucky, right? If you're listening to this at all, even if it's not on a $1,000 iPhone, you have nothing but first world problems, just like the rest of us. So you are by definition lucky. Lucky is an excuse that I hear from people all the time of like, oh, that person was in the right time, right place. They got lucky. Someone tried to have an argument with me about Zuckerberg was lucky. This person was lucky. Jeff Bezos was lucky. I'm like, really? They're all lucky. Everyone's lucky but you.
But that's
right?
the crazy thing. It's not just a first world problem like that. We're all privileged. It's about none of these stories. Everybody loves the 10-year. There's everything is the 10-year overnight success story. There isn't. Nobody actually got lucky.
No, they all tell me they're lucky.
Go read Shoe Dog. Go back. Go read Shoe Dog. Think about what Phil Knight had to grind through to start Nike.
And the ones, so everyone uses this excuse of, well, luck had a lot to do with it. Sure, luck had a lot to do with all of us being here. Luck had a lot to do with, as Warren Buffett says, of hitting the lottery and being born in America, right, at the time that we are, and being in a place where DG, who cannot figure out how to use a microphone stand or do anything handy, he's lucky because he was born in a time and place where his other skills, because he's really good at some other stuff, are valued. But if we went back, if you were born 20, 50, 100 years before you were born, man, you would have been out of luck.
Nobody cares if you're good at Twitter 30 years ago.
No, exactly. You would have been in serious trouble. Serious trouble.
Yeah.
If you would have. So we're all lucky. So lucky is the thing not to use as an excuse, but to actually kill that limiting belief of these people were just lucky.
Love it.
Number one thing. And that limiting belief usually comes from people who are the most lucky. Right, so I have these like super lucky, super fortunate people all the time, especially on Twitter. They're all on Twitter. They're on Twitter. I'm watching you, right? Yeah. Who went to all the right schools, had all the right background, had all the opportunities, had all the right friends, and yet they're the first ones to talk about everyone else as being lucky.
Yeah.
Right.
The luck thing always drives me crazy because I also think like luck is a separate topic, but there's things that you can do to enhance. It's funny how there's things you can do to make yourself luckier, right? You can work harder. You can learn more. You can read more. You can be around 100%. The right people. It's funny how those people seem to get lucky more often.
Oh, crazy. And it's like one thing that I say to break this thing is like go spend time around people who are actually not lucky, right? To build up some gratitude and some understanding of how fortunate you are, right? Go spend some time. There's plenty of people around you. You don't have to look very far who are not lucky. And then reset your context for what is luck and what is not luck.
Please. Okay, no, the number one limiting belief that you didn't mention is will it scale?
Woo! Okay, I got another.
That's where this
some more
started.
Notes on that one.
You tweeted. We talked about.
Yeah.
We had a conversation about this. The number one limiting belief is that everyone wants to say, yeah, no, but how does this scale or will it scale? And that's a limiting belief.
Totally. That's inside of that one is very specific to working inside of a company, right? So the number one, I was having drinks with some friends of the podcast. Yeah. Ryan Deese, what's up, homie? Yeah. Runs digital marketer, friend of ours. Friend of the show.
Ryan, don't take it personally. DC can't pronounce anybody's name.
Yeah.
It's okay. It's Ryan
did I
Dice.
say
It's
Dice?
okay. Yeah.
Like
it's okay. People don't know they don't pronounce your name right, so it's okay.
Yeah, they don't have those kind of names in Queens. He's from Texas. So I've never seen the name. Sorry, Ryan. Yeah. So anyway, I was having a drink with him, and we were talking about this very thing here, which is this idea of will it scale, right? Because obviously I rant about it all the time, and he was saying that he had a talk just like this where he was saying, hey, the number one way to kill any initiative in any company is to utter these words, but will it scale? And that will kill any initiative within a company. And so, of course, I went on a rant about this being this limiting belief, right, which we all tell ourselves, which is like we want to kill something even before we give it life. And obviously we believe in doing things that don't scale at Drift. and we repeat that over and over and over and over, and it always works. But most of you are killing initiatives
before it even starts,
right? Because you're like, I don't know if it's going to scale, right? And even us, even us who talk about this all the time.
Crazy.
We had a meeting recently internally, and it was about launching some new program, and we were over-architecting it. And the reason we were over-architecting it was, and doing too much planning around it, was because we were scared about the scaling aspect of it. And obviously, Elias and I are of the same mind, and we're just like, can we launch that in 2 days?
Yeah, momentum makers versus perfectionists.
Yeah, let's launch it in 2 days. Let's see if it's a problem. If it's a problem, then we'll deal with the scaling issues. But most likely, most of the things that you're worried about launching will never hit scale and never be a true problem.